Hi there, and welcome back to the second video in this series of how can we have a work-life balance for us as working moms. And in the first video, you will know that I spoke about how our energy, how whether we're up or down is going to affect our work-life balance, even more so as working moms. In this video, I want to talk to you about how our language, how what we say, what inside of our heads and also out through our mouths, of course, affects very much our work-life balance for us specifically as working moms. So hi, I'm Nicki Vee from the 10-10 movement, and Tony V and myself are here to help you go from any kind of struggle to success in any area of your life. So, where should we start? On our language. Our lives and our balance that we have in our lives between work and home, work and life, right? For us as working moms is complex. We've got lots of beliefs about, should we be staying at home as moms or should we be working as hard? How do we get that work-life balance? Or are we just like many of us, just having lots and lots of activity that never ever seems to end? It's kind of like a roller coaster, and I know you know what I mean by that. Well, let me ask you a first question. When you think of a time when you would use the language, I'm not feeling good, I'm trying to get some sort of balance in my life, I feel like I'm out of sorts between work and home, work and my life, work and my family, my children, my relationships. Think of a time when that has been really tough for you. And think about how you talk to yourself about that. Are you saying, this is a major issue and I don't know what to do about it? It's never going to improve. Nothing's ever going to be any better. Like, this is affecting my children, this is affecting my relationship, this is affecting my whole energy, it causes me to eat the wrong things, it causes me to drink, it causes me to whatever, okay, snappy with my children, whatever it is. And if we're saying to ourselves that there's nothing we can do about that, then we're right. So if the language we've got in our heads is not supportive, if it's negative, if it's down, if it's desperate, if it's whatever it is, we need to look at that and see if we can affect it. Well, the language that comes out of here is directly, equal to what's going on in here. So often this comes from upbringing. I think that when we think about the beliefs and the language that our parents or the person that most affected us as in our young years, when we think about their energy, when we think about their beliefs, when we think about their language, what's the truth? What was it like? Was it like, you work hard, and then you die. You grow up, you go to school, you get married, you have kids, you work hard, and then, you get a house and then you die. Was it like positive or negative? Was it like life's an adventure and let's find out how we can, cram the most in without being affecting ourselves? Now, you might go, that's not a positive belief. But actually, if it comes from someone who is demonstrating having a lot going on in their life, but having good work-life balance, then it can be very exciting for us as children or for your children. But if we've got somebody saying, nothing ever seems to work, you try and do well at work, but then it affects your home life. If somebody's got poor beliefs so that they say things out loud to you as a child, moms or dads might have been going, life's tough and there's no way you're ever going to get balance in your life, especially nowadays. Everything goes so fast and there's technology and there's not enough money and all that. If you've heard that over and over again as a child, that could be what's going on in your brain, in your mind. But what I do want to share with you is to be super aware of what you're saying to yourself. People have asked me over the years, they've gone, Nicki Vee, if there was one thing that you could put your finger on that said what's made the difference between you having a great life and you having not a good life, I'd say the conversations I have with myself inside of my head. So first thing I want you to do is to take some time. If this is a real struggle for you, you owe it to yourself to take some time and just to ask yourself, even if you were to keep this really simple and you just wrote down some of the negative thoughts you have about yourself or about life that you probably learned from your upbringing, that you just get super clear what those are, then that's half the battle. Because then when you think it the next time, you go, okay. So when I think that thought, what often happens is it affects me. I feel like, oh God, this is life's so hard. It's such a struggle. I can't seem to get any balance. I'm either rushing off to do this or rushing off to do that. Oh, that's not working. And when it's like spinning plates, this is like my work and I seem to have got that sorted out and now my home life is not working. If you recognize, and I can only tell you my truth is that if you recognize that what's going on in here, what you're saying to yourself will have a direct effect on your energy, on how you show up, on your ability to have this balance in your life, then it's worthwhile putting a few moments aside to decide what you say to yourself over and over again. The simple and easy solution, how you apply it in your life so that you get better work-life balance, is you just recognize when I think that, have a deal with yourself that goes ding, 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 ding. Let's rethink that. Let's turn that thought into something different. So let's look at it. Who do you think you are to think that you can go up the ladder in your business or go up the ladder in your job as well as being a great mom, wife, friend, whatever? Who do you think you are to do that? You'll never have that. That's something that you read about in magazines and it's all not true anyway. Who are you to think that? Could you change that thought and go, that's just something my mom or dad told me or somebody that influenced me as a child. What I'm going to do is think, yeah, I can do that. I can re-look at life from a different perspective and go like, maybe it's true that if I was to stop that chatter in my mind, could I just believe just for a moment that if I changed that thought or even just went ding, 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 you're thinking that thought again, just don't do that. Let's just forget that. It's just something of habit. Let me just think it's possible. Could it be possible? Just ask yourself a better question. Could it be possible that I could learn some stuff, very simple stuff from, maybe from other people and books you read, but hopefully from us at the 10-10 movement, to have an impact on my life where I'm still doing all the same things, but somehow instead of them being like this, they're balanced. And when one thing's working, another thing's working. And we've got plates spinning, but they're not spinning out of control. So we've talked about how we can identify, take some time, decide what they are, and then how can we apply it? How can we just shift them to something that's got more peace about it? Something that's got more understanding of ourselves and how we've found those thoughts, how we were told those thoughts. If we do not find out what those thoughts are and start to ding, 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 ding when they come up and think how can we ask ourselves a better question, get a better thought, what's going to happen is these thoughts are going to come out through our mouths. And as mums and grandmas, we are now teaching our children how to have those negative thoughts that create anxiety, that create poor energy, that create out of sync, out of balance. So, trusting that was really helpful to you, please do, if you take some time, which I totally recommend you do put some things in the comments to let me know what you came up with. What did you find that you say to yourselves over and over again? And also, how did you manage to ask yourself a better question and come up with better thoughts? If this has been helpful, please do, here it is, up here, the third video on how we can have much better work-life balance as working moms. This video is about mindset. You know, it's going to be more about the mind, not just the words we say to each other. So that's the next video to watch. And if you're interested in the 10-10 movement and what it all means, please go to this video here, which is where you can take a test to see which part of your life needs the most work on at the moment. If this is your first video with me or with Tony V, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get notified when the next video is out. So until next time.